That looks like horsepower.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Project GrrMaro, you guys. If you're just tuning in, we are building our 2011 Camaro. It's a 2SS. It's an LS3 engine, and we're making it into a 427. And right now, Brett is actually cleaning the block so we can get the short block assembled tonight. So super pumped on that. It's been a while. Actually, it's been since January 1st that we started this project, and we're finally getting to assembling the motor. So come check it out. All right, so far we washed the block. Brett put the crank in.
We washed the crank.
Oh yeah, we washed the crank, and then we put the bolts in. Those are main bolts?
Main studs.
Main studs. That's right.
The reason we use a stud versus a bolt or a factory bolt, the factory bolt is torque to yield. Okay. So that means it can only be used once.
Right.
We've upgraded to an ARP main stud to replace the bolt because a bolt only clamps in one direction.
Okay.
A main stud, or any stud for that matter, clamps in two directions. So,
yeah, you're pulling it.
So you have a more accurate stud.
Got it. So we put the studs in, and then Brett put the caps on.
Yep.
And then I put the nuts on.
Yep.
And then he's torquing them down now.
Yes, I am. So this is a good test.
Ah, is that it's moving?
It moves on its own.
Yes.
Very free floating.
That's great.
Okay. So what I checked was at first when I hit it with the hammer, I was setting the thrust bearing because it's centered in there.
Yep.
And we should have end play. You want to have about 4 to 5 thousandths end play.
Okay.
Okay. We'll check that after, but for right now we're good.
Cool.
So I'm going to finish going torquing all these up. Okay. I started at 25. I'm going to just go from the center out. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I put Lucas Oil Racing Assembly Lube on the studs and inside of the nuts. So it's like, it's kind of like an anti-seize.
Well, it's a thread lubricant. So when a bolt is torqued or a stud is torqued, the amount of drag, once we tighten it up, is how much torque it is. If you don't properly lube the threads, you're going to drag it, it'll metal on metal, you'll have an improper torque.
Got it.
So we want to lubricate the threads to make sure they're well torqued.
Awesome.
Okay?
So we used our Lucas Oil Racing Assembly Grease to do that. So thank you, Lucas Oil, for being part of our build. You'll see more of them as we assemble it, put some oil in it, some gear fluid in the rear end, all that stuff.
And before one of you internet people think I don't use it, I used Lucas way before I even met Michele, and there's 5 cases of it right over there. So
it's true.
It's true. I do really believe in this product.
Yes.
That was pretty good. You missed that.
What?
I went to grab this.
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
Oh.
So.
That looks like horsepower.
Yeah. It really is, because
No, for real.
if it drags or the main bearings weren't all perfectly in line and everything was there, this would not.
Yeah, it'd be bound up.
It sometimes like this, it hiccups. It's not smooth.
Yep.
Or if it's too tight, it don't want to move at all. Now, when we first did this, we had too much clearance. So I didn't want to wait to get the one under burn. So I cut the main caps, machine the block, bring it to the tight side. So right now we have 2.2 main bearing clearance, which I did earlier today, non-videoed, but to prepare for tonight. So I'm pretty happy with that right now. So inside our little box is a bunch of little 10 millimeters. Special. And then grab all of these ones, these 12-foot ones like this. Okay. Okay, grab all like that. So Michele, these bolts have a tendency, when you get it from the factory, have a sealer on them.
Yep.
What we do here is we just put a little tiny bit of silicone around the outside of the ring where the belt goes in. Just a little dab, nothing major. Okay.
You only need those?
Yeah, should be 8 of them. And I have 2 in my hand, so that'll make a 10. Okay, so what happens is, if you don't put sealer on them, they'll actually drip some oil out the cap. So I don't like that. I don't like oil leaks. All right, so you stop putting those bolts in that side.
Okay.
Not in that one, though.
Yeah. Oh,
no, right
not.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up. I'm on the struggle bus today.
I don't know why you're nervous. Were you gunpoint?
Yeah.
Potty trained at gunpoint or something? Or?
Yeah. You don't know me.
Yeah.
I don't know my past.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back. We had to take a little bit of a break. I got hungry, had to go eat. Brett was continuing to work on the motor, so he's going to show us what he's gotten done so far.
So I got 4 pistons in. Okay, we're all installed. If anybody wants to look, the intake pocket on an LS is always to the left-hand side. So if I'm on left or left that way. So we put those all in, everything's good. What we had to make sure is that when we started prepping the block, axle's in the way. So
yes.
if you want to come over here, Anthony.
This is really important.
Yeah. Axle's helping.
He literally just plopped himself down.
Yeah, he's holding stem. So if we look right over here, with a crankshaft this big, and these rods with such nice pieces, they come very close to the block right there, okay? Well, 40 thousandths is a minimum clearance we want between anything block and spinning rotating, okay?
Yep.
So what we did is laid that back enough to clearance the rod bolt, so we get full rotation and a minimum of 40 thousandths around, so we have nice spinning rotating assembly. So if not, it makes all kinds of really funky noises when we turn it, okay?
Yeah, I could imagine.
So as you can see, we cut the deck height perfect. We're exactly 0 in the hole right there. Beautiful little piece we got going, okay?
Yes.
So now we're going to show you how we put one in the hole here. There are 2 types of ways to install a piston into this. This is called a ring.
Compressor?
This is a compressor.
Okay.
This is an installer.
Okay.
Okay, these are made specifically for the bore size.
Got it.
This one is for a 4155, and you would slide the piston into it, and it's got a tapered shape.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
I do not own a 4070 one of these.
Okay.
I will, but
Not this time.
not this time.
Got it.
So we're going to go to the old style ring installer.
Okay.
Pliers, whatever you want to call them. They work pretty well. Okay?
Yep.
When I figure out how to run these.
So it works for certain sizes. Right?
Yeah, so right here on this, it's 4 1/8 to 4 3/8.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay? So it's just a pair of pliers. So we're going to come over here. We're going to put a little tiny bit of oil on the skirts. And we're going to dab it.
Dab?
Just a little dab. A little dab all the way around. A little dab will do you. Okay? Make sure our rings are in a good location, not directly lined up or anything. Okay? I'm going to set this like this. Install this ring installer around here. Axle's snoring. It's a good day. Okay, so we're going to bring that on here. We'll grab our little tool. We're going to give it a little tap. We're going to tap on the top, make sure it's sitting down. Make sure the ring's got a good bite. We're right inside the bore. Now what you want to do is a tap. If you have to hammer this,
Not so good.
not so good.
Okay.
So we'll rotate the block a little bit. You want to be very careful that the crank and everything's in the right location. And we're going to line the rod up with the crank. I'm just going to give it a little tap down. Okay, and there you go.
Cool.
Now, the important part of this is the word tap.
Yeah.
I'm not smashing. I'm not kung fu chopping this thing or anything like that. Then we'll flip this over. We'll grab our rod bearing. Now, we have plenty of this from checking clearances, but GrrMaro CP gives you the proper lube for their bolts. If you get the proper stretch or torque, you need to use their lube.
Got it.
Very good stuff. Just smear a little on there. You're going to line the tab up with the tab. here so everything looks right, which will also give us the same numbers. Okay. So for right now, we're just going to snug these up. Try not to disturb Axel.
Yeah, he's got his spot right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm red. Oh, I'm green.
And we have a successful revolution. Okay, we are installed. I'm going to give it a nice little slow turn, make sure everything feels good. Building an engine should always feel smooth. It shouldn't feel choppy. It shouldn't feel rough. It should be a gradual turn, nice, slow. Make sure everything turns nice and there's no weird feelings. If something feels weird, 10% of the time something is weird.
Right.
So if it don't turn freely by hand now, you have problems.
Yeah.
Okay? So we can finish going on down the line.
All right, cool. So, ta-da! Brett finished putting in the other side pistons. Hi.
Yes.
It's been a long night.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we're pretty much got our short block here.
So we have our short block. Next step will be add the cam and the timing chain, and we'll degree it in. Make sure that cam is exactly where the cam card tells us it's going to be. So we can go over that on the next episode. We made sure everything was clean. All the clearances were already correct in the other episodes. So the biggest thing we did is final cleaned it and stuck it together. If you have any questions, holler at us. We'll answer them for you. If you're looking on an internet site, don't bother us. Leave us alone. So, but follow us all you want.
I do want to bring up one thing that Brett said, and we don't have to put this in if you don't want to,
Yeah.
but you mentioned that this is the largest LS3 that you have built, right?
Yes, most of the LS3s I build are 416 inches. I stick with a 4-inch stroke, and we turn a lot more RPMs with it. But this being a street car and having a professional driver, we added a little bit more stroke to it, and to have a Camaro 427 is a pretty cool thing. So,
yes.
Yeah, but we built this motor more for torque than RPM, so bigger is always better. So it all just made sense to me.
Yeah, cool. So
and us having the awesomest parts. I mean, Cali's, Carrillo, CP. I mean, we have top of the line stuff in here, so I had to shoot for the fences.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it, you guys. Thank you for following along. We'll give you some close-up shots of how great it looks, because as we move forward, we'll be putting the heads on, doing the valve train stuff. We'll clue you guys in on that. And as always, if you have any questions, be sure to write in, leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate all the views, comments, likes. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Just click right up over here. If you missed the previous episode, just click right up over there. And if you want to just catch some more awesome content from GrrRacing, just shoot a click right down there. We'll see you guys on the next one.